Hello fellas, I'm just playing around here in my yard again. We're starting to go a little stir crazy. You know, probably like a lot of you guys, when we're not at work, we're trying to stay home or do what we're supposed to. I think everything's going well for the country and going well for us. I think it's working, but you know, sometimes you go a little stir crazy. So when I was going to bed last night, I thought, well, since I'm going to be staying home tomorrow, what is it that I want to do that makes me happy? You know, and I thought, well, first thing I thought is I want to wake up in the morning and make a nice dark cup of coffee. But then I want to play with my chainsaw. I want to split some firewood, and I want to maybe shoot my pistol a little bit. And so I'm gonna show you a little bit of that today. I hope you guys are having a good week here, and I appreciate you BSing with you. I get a kick out of it. But anyway, so this pistol I'm going to use, I'll show it to you, but it's got meaning to me because I bought it a couple years ago. My dad had one like it, except for he had a 357 Magnum Ruger that was given to a person. It was given to him by somebody that was kind of like his father figure when he was growing up. And ever since I was about 12 or 13 years old, or 10, 11, 12, I remember my dad having that. And Dad passed away about 3 years ago, and I had it in my keeping for a while, but then it was my brother's turn to have it in his keeping for a while, that pistol. And I remember it my whole childhood, growing up, being one of those cool things that my dad had, you know. And so after I passed that over to my brother, I thought, I'm going to get something like that. It's not the exact same brand. I went with a Smith and Wesson, but something that I can have a lifetime and hold on to. But I'll show it to you here, and let's take a pause from splitting firewood and shoot the pistol a little bit. Okay, fellas, these are my my cookies that I cut. I don't know if cookies is the right word, but
like a chopping board.
Yeah, like a chopping board. That's what I'm gonna call them. They're all of maple, and I suppose they're about 12-inch diameter, if that's the right word. And this is not scientific. This is just playing for fun. Each one of these is probably approximately 3/4 of an inch. You know, this is my whole goal today, is just to have fun and split firewood. There's nothing scientific, but if I'm gonna shoot my pistol a little bit, you know, I want to have fun at it and do it in a way that means something to me a little bit. Each one of these is about 3/4. They're actually surprisingly kind of uniform. You know, that saw is cutting good. I got the chain pretty good, I think. It's not scientific, but each one of them is between 1/2 inch to 3/4, and I'm going to stack them up and see what happens. Okay, this is my Smith and Wesson 357 here, lined up on these maple blocks. I just wanted to show you. I've got on the left here, so on the left, these are just solid nose 38 special, and you can see those first two are those bullets. Then we got solid nose 357. Those middle two are those bullets. And then we've got some sort of like some home defense rounds, some 357, I think they're called critical defense, but they're, to me, what a country boy would call a ballistic tip bullet, because they've got, you know, they're creased a little bit for hollow points, and they've got plastic in the end of them. But those are the rounds I'm going to be shooting today, just for the fun of it. It's not scientific, and it's not fancy. You know, there's guys that do wonderful stuff with guns on the internet for shooting targets, and I'm not one of those guys. I'm just playing here in my yard for something to do. But this is that 357 Magnum Smith and Wesson, and it'll shoot either as a single action or as a double pull, just pulling the trigger. Holds 7 rounds. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, fellas, I got it chambered here. I got 2 rounds of 38 solid nose, 2 rounds of 357 solid nose, and then 3 rounds of 357 Magnum, those hollow points. And I'm gonna put it in here so that the first one that cycles up is the 38, and we're just going to see if there's any noticeable difference in penetration. Okay, fellas, these are the these are the two 38s. These are the two 357 solid nose, and then these are the 357 Hornady critical duty, they're called, but basically they're just a sort of like a ballistic tip or a plastic tip bullet. Let's take off these plates and see how many we went through. So there's 1, 2. This is kind of a thicker one. 3. I think we're still going. Uh-oh, we didn't make it far. Right here's a 38 already, and then it looks like that might have been the first one to stop here. Oh, some other ones are stopping. Here's another 38. Here's another 38. Here's a cool one. I can pick this one out. Look how it split Look how it split that round. That's cool. Here's look at that. So there, if you can see, that is a 357 solid nose. Just practice ammo. Isn't that cool? To me it is anyway. Here's a little bit of plastic. See that red plastic? So that's off the, what I call the ballistic tip part of the plastic tip nose of the Hornady. Here's another bullet. So we found both of those. So they made it 1, 2, 3, 4. It made it into 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, both of those, the 357s, made it into the 5th plate, I believe. And then that's where they ended. And let's see if we can find. Oh, here's one of these. Here's one of these plastic tipped ones. But see, it did mushroom out quite a bit better. This is just stuff that's interesting to me. And it started to touch or penetrate here, but I bet you, nope, didn't make it through. So that bullet is either probably the one that was sitting right here, or it didn't make it through. So there's, that was the limit there. So basically we made it 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the remains of the 5th one. We made it 5 plates. And then, of course, the 38s didn't make it as small, or as far. And then the plastic tip ones did a little bit better job of mushrooming out. Oh, we're in the shadows. They did a better job, the plastic tip ones, of mushrooming out versus the 357 solid nose. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I'm just playing around here, goofing around. You can see the snow is melting and the grass is already green and coming through, trying to do its thing here. Thanks for watching, fellas. If you liked the video, give an old boy a like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.